Today, we're gonna forge a knife from 68 of these nails. Wait a second. Canister is always prepared. We spared you the whole part around a little bit because you've seen it a few times. And now we're gonna use whiteout again. And I got a lot of comments on the last couple of videos where we did canisters. They all said use white spray paint. Yes, we wanna do that, but we have a ton of these and we got them for free. So we're gonna use the free stuff because it's free stuff. We're gonna pour it into the canister and cover all the sides. Now that the whole piece is covered, we wait until it's dry, and then we're gonna stuff some nails into it. So we're starting, of course, with washing our nails. So we're gonna put them into our bucket again, put them in, and then we're gonna use some brake cleaner to clean it. My dad's brake cleaner. So, as always, because they could be greasy or nasty or whatever, we're gonna wash them. We use normal carbon steel nails for this because we have a new powder. This powder has about 4% nickel into it, so it should be super nice and super bright. So we have the little darker carbon steel from the nails and the super bright nickel powder. I would show you which company we bought this from, but they don't sponsor us, but you can sponsor us. Now we're pressing down with tip first into the canister so we can fill them up all the way. Thank you, Mr. Cameraman. I bent this nail while punching it in, and now it's super stuck and I can't get it out. I maybe put in a little bit too much powder, so everything is stuck right now. This is a little bit more complicated than I thought it would be. Or I'm making it complicated, I don't know. You tell me in the comments if it's just me or if it's that stuff. But got it. But luckily, we have a power hammer. So weld the whole canister up, and I did something different this time. Normally we drill a small hole that it doesn't explode, so we don't build a pipe bomb. But this time I just let the weld a little bit open, so I didn't fully close it at the weld. So it basically creates that little hole in the canister itself without having to drill a separate hole for it. So maybe, I hope this works. It should work. It's the same thing. Please. Normally I'm working super easy with these canisters and they always go out, but this time it looks like the canister has welded to the inside. So I think we have to cut or grind this baby free. Fuck. So I ground off the end caps and yeah, this canister is fully stuck. I was worried a little bit because I didn't cover the sides as much as I usually do with the whiteout. But yeah, now we have to grind the whole thing. Whoa. So I ground everything off, I hope, for now. Any jacket left on this whole piece. Now it is time that we forge it into an octagon because I want to twist it so we have the nails twisted in the piece. Splitting into half because I want to put a core into it because these nails are high carbon, but they're not, in my opinion, good enough for a knife. So this was way easier to twist than last week's video. If you want to know what I'm exactly doing and why I'm twisting this, watch last week's video where we did the twist Damascus. But in this case, for this pattern, because we have the straight little nails in there, I want to twist it so the nails go around a little bit and maybe create some super cool pattern afterwards. So looking forward to how it looks. Now we're going to cut off the end, one of the two ends. Then we're going to forge it into a bar, cut it apart, put a core into it. So after a short little break, I ground the twist Damascus that we just made from our canister, one-sided, and made them super clean. And then I cut two pieces of ADCR V2 for our core, for our hunting knife that we're gonna do. Yes, we're gonna make a hunting knife. Stack it, outside layers, pure nickel, core, pure nickel, outside layers. So a classic Sanmai or Gomai build. That I'm now gonna weld on the ends put a little piece for our tongs on it, and then classic forge welding. So the piece is forged out with our twist Damascus canister nail everything. And I think I pretty much nailed it. So this baby goes into the heat treating oven to soften down overnight. I see you guys tomorrow. So it's the next day. We're now gonna cut out our knife, this piece of steel. We're gonna make a hybrid between two of our classic hunting knives. And also, we have a special guest today in the workshop. Simon from Kriechbaum Knives. Say hi, Simon. Hi, Simon. The knife blade is now ground to shape. Pretty good size, pretty nice blade length. It's about 5" in blade. That's about 12 centimeters for my European and or not American followers. And I already marked the holes where the pins are going. And if you see and look closely, the middle pin is closer to the front pin than to the back. Shouldn't it be in the middle since it's the middle pin? Actually, yes, you can do it that way, but we, in our company, do it a little different. We put the middle pin about 5 mil, a little bit more to the front, because when we do our classic Coke bottle shape on our handles, it looks a little bit better when it's not in the middle of the handle. And also I like the side a little bit more. So do as you like. We do it this way. You can put it right on the dot in the middle. So I drilled all the holes. I put in those 3 for the pins and also drilled those 4 holes in the handle. And if you're wondering now why I drilled those 4 extra holes, I tell you why. These 4 holes are, first of all, for a little weight reduction in the handle area, and second of all, for the epoxy. The epoxy has a little bit more space to anchor on the blade and not just be a super small film on the scales itself. Now I'm gonna file out the small little notch between blade and handle, and then we're gonna heat treat it. So after the grinding, all the polishing started that I did, of course, and I also etched, of course. And now I'm prepping some scales of Macer birch. I'm gonna glue them on a black G10 liner, just for aesthetic reasons, and it looks cool and super fancy, and some small little details that make the knife look even cooler. But you could see that Chris did for the etching. He first put it into the ferric chloride, and then he put it into the gator piss. So ferric chloride is what we use for deep etching, and then in the gator piss to darken it a little bit. So the etching looks actually pretty nice. Chris did a good job. I did a good job. And yeah, now it's time to prep everything for the handle. And while we're waiting for the glue to set, it's time for Red Bull. And for you to like and subscribe if you like the video so far. So So a small little basic trick for the knife makers. All the people who follow me for a long time now have heard this at least once or twice, but there's always a lot of new guys to the channel. By the way, welcome. So I'll show you now in a short little explanation how we do our full techniques. So basically what I'm looking for is I want to have flat surfaces, and on the wood I'm not like drilling to the very front. I'm gonna take the handle all the way back, so I have a small gap of like 2 millimeters in the back. And so it's all the way to the front. If it's like a super long block and it's standing over like this, I don't care at all, because I'd rather have too much material in the front than having not enough, and then the pin is like 2 mil away from the end of the handle, because that looks super shit and we don't want to have it on this handle. After I drilled these 3 holes, very, very, very important. Take a Sharpie and mark your handle on the outside of the knife. Because now you know exactly which one of the 2 scales it is. Because the holes in the front and the back align with the other side. And if you drill the same side twice, the middle pin will not align, and then you can scrap the wood and redo it again. So always mark your stuff. And also we need the line later to shape it before we glue the whole knife up. And since my camera guy just told me that I forgot something, thank you Mo, we drill 4mm holes, and we use 4mm threadings, like these little screws, as our placeholders. Because the normal pins are straight through and don't have a head on them, they could slip through or whatever. And these have the small little heads on them, so we can stick them in without them falling through the... So the handle is now totally finished. I polished it up to 600 grit on all the sides, and now it's time to put some wax on this thing. So thanks everybody for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. This knife, including this leather sheath, will be available on the website for you to buy. I like the combination of the a little darker blade with the light macer birch. I think this combination is lit fam, as the kids would say nowadays. I'm feeling old now. So if you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing. And also let me know in the comments down below, what else should we put in a canister and make a knife out of it? So see you guys next Friday. Bye. Tickets for the knife show now available. Link in the description down below.